Welcome to Being Humankind, with your hosts Brian, Mike, and Neely. We explore what it means to be human in a time of disconnection.
What it was or what a moment was that made you feel most alive. But I don't know, would you say that was one of them, or describe another
Oh,
or others?
alive.
Oh, sorry, was it my turn?
No.
Sure. Stricken from the record. That's a hard one. Sure, and then I went back, and I still wasn't that motivated, and then I studied abroad, and then I think like it wasn't like one specific moment, but it was a time in my life for a very short period where I was getting up every day knowing I was going to see something amazing. And it's so easy to study art. I always liked art history in college. I got into it really easy, and I was very fortunate that even though my practical art classes at college were kind of a waste of time, I had a great art history teacher, and she was clearly a lover of art. And the way she taught, I didn't really do well in the class, but I learned everything. I wasn't a good student. And there's something crazy about when you talk about art history, or you talk about history, and then you experience it. There is a moment, I actually just wrote about it a couple days ago. So I think that first aha moment to being like, yeah, this is me, so I was in a place called Hadrian's Villa, which was the Emperor Hadrian. He had a villa outside of Rome that was, it's in ruins, but there's still places to explore, I guess you could say. And it was day 2 of being in Italy. I'm still day 1 was we're hitting the Vatican. We're doing it as fast as we can. See as much as you can. I'll meet you here. And that was that first day was kind of goofing off and just seeing everything that we could. And then, the third day was when we go to Hadrian's Villa. And so I'm sitting there and I'm talking to, the professor's giving us lectures about the architecture and, why it's important that we look at this. And Hadrian's Villa, all the veneer stone is gone. It's all just the bricks and everything that's all around. You would think of a traditional Roman ruin. You got the columns sticking up here and there and bricks everywhere. And he said, all right, you guys can walk over and we're going to meet at this place called the Aqua Theater, which was this theater that was built around a circular island with a moat around it. Really cool. And so I'm walking around. I don't know anybody yet. I'm kind of on my own. And I climbed up onto these ruins, which was allowed. And I looked at this stone. I don't know why it hit me, but I went over and I looked at the stone, and in the mortar, I could see where some guy 2,000 years ago pushed his finger across to smooth out the mortar. And I remember looking at it, is that all right? Figuring out what I was looking at, and then just kind of put my finger in it and realizing that, I just did something. I'm touching history. And then, it kind of was cool at the moment. And then when we got to Florence a couple days later, and, the first thing that we wanted to do was climb the dome, because that's what everybody wants to do, and get up to the top because it's the jewel of the city. And you spiral up in the middle, and then at the very end, you have to climb these curved stairs right to the top. So it's a cramped space, and you kind of have to wait. And me being a fat American, I can say this. There's always a fat American in front of you who is taking their sweet ass time going up there. And there was a couple, God love them, who were not physically fit and were taking their time to get up there. And I'm sitting at the bottom of the stairs, and I got my hands on both ropes to go up, and I turn to the left, and I swear there's another mark where 600 years ago. Someone took their thumb and rubbed the mortar in so that they could create a nice seam because they wanted that to look good for some reason. And I did it again. And like, it hit me then, like, I'm not studying it, I'm experiencing it. And I wouldn't say it was like a time to be alive. It was just an invigorating experience. Like, it wasn't when I was the most alive, but like that moment on, I really, and it sounds really cliche, I was into it. Like, I was like, this is what I want to learn about. This is what I want to experience. Hey, we're having a, an optional excursion to Vinci tomorrow. Do you want to go? When will, first time in my life, I'm early to class, that sort of thing. Yeah, that kind of really changed the way I looked at things. And then simultaneously, I was talking about earlier, you look at the negative things and you can get a positive experience out of it. That same day where we went up in the dome the first time, I remember,